Homecoming Part 2. And tonight, me, Mama, Daddy will be back at South Bend, in South Bend. But this time, we are not going to South Bend for a college game. We are going to see WNBA royalty, and it's about to be fun. They're about to come home, and it's about to be awesome. 3 of the greatest players to wear a Notre Dame jersey, Arike Ogunbowale, Jewell Loyd, Jackie Young, are stepping back onto the floor at Purcell Pavilion, and they're doing it as professional basketball players in a preseason game between the Dallas Wings and the Las Vegas Aces. Arike, Jackie, Jewell, all in one building where it all began. And yes, Paige Bueckers will be making her WNBA preseason debut. But let's talk about the stars, the real stars of tonight, which is going to be those 3 players. So Notre Dame fans, I hope y'all are going to be in attendance. I will be there. I hope y'all will be in attendance for that game. I even took off of work just to go to that game and be able to get there early, right? Because Notre Dame has a lot of legacy players. A lot of legendary players have played at Notre Dame, and a significant amount of those are still in the WNBA. You got Arike Ogunbowale, Notre Dame's all-time leading scorer, the face of that 2018 national championship run, one of the craziest shot makers and shot takers in the game. When we talk about Arike Ogunbowale in college, we talk about NCAA tournaments where game is on the line, time is winding down. Arike, out of nowhere, drains a crazy 3-point shot, and it's just like, oh my goodness, Arike, oh my goodness. Like, she was fire. Arike was like, ice in her veins in college, right? Like that buzzer beater against Mississippi State, like, dude, legendary for Arike Ogunbowale. Then you got Jackie Young, the ACC tournament MVP, former ACC tournament MVP player. You know, she was the strong, unbothered, smooth guard for Notre Dame. She was someone who also helped to carry the Irish throughout some stretches, right? And someone who came into the WNBA on a slower start, but has picked it up into gear and has become the elite player that her number 1 pick dictated, right? She has been all of that in a bag of chips. And then you add in Jewell Loyd. You know, she was a bucket before anybody wanted to call her a bucket. National Player of the Year. One of the first, one of the bigger time players to come out of the Muffet McGraw modern era, before she was, about to end up leaving out. She had Skylar Diggins-Smith, and then we saw Jewell Loyd come in. I think Jewell Loyd was a freshman. I think when Skylar Diggins, not Diggins-Smith anymore, just Skylar Diggins was a senior, I believe. But yeah, anyway, like, they're all back. They're not in college. They're not hanging out in the facilities around Notre Dame, even though they probably will go back to the old stomping grounds, go back to the old buildings that they used to live in and whatnot. But they're coming back as a WNBA player, and I'm excited about it because, like, here's the thing. This is something that the WNBA is starting to build. This preseason way of honoring players by bringing them back home. Last year, A'ja Wilson came back home in Columbia, South Carolina, where I believe it was the Aces. They ended up playing the Puerto Rican national team in Columbia, South Carolina. It was an opportunity for A'ja to come home and get celebrated, right? And tonight we see Angel come home to LSU. I just talked about that, and we also see Notre Dame's turn, where Arike, Jewell, Jackie come home to Notre Dame. We will also this weekend see Caitlin Clark return home to Iowa, and we will also see Niara Sabally and Sabrina Ionescu return home to Oregon. This is a thing that we will continue to see in the WNBA. We're going to continue to see the past and the future collide. This is a great collision because while the crowd is here, for the legends, right, of the moment, when the legends leave college, they go to the WNBA, they continue to do their thing in the WNBA. It's now time for the legends to return back home, come back home, get celebrated in front of the crowd that saw you before you were this big giant player, right? I can imagine there's some people who probably are season ticket holders for Notre Dame, and they're coming to this game tonight, and they're like, hey, Jewell, remember I used to sit here when when you were playing, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a great thing for the fans who like were there rocking out with players when they were in college. Now they're coming back, and now it's like full circle, full circle moment. It is a way to have the WNBA engage in goodwill, right? These are players who did their thing at the highest of levels, and yeah, Goodness Rated says about time. The WNBA should have been doing that, honoring these great college players. The WNBA was noted for where great women college players go to die. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. Yeah, there's a lot of players who get drafted, and then you just never really hear from them again, right? And so anyway, it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. But yeah, I did just want to talk about this because I think it's a great move by the WNBA, smart move by the WNBA. Like, again, this is exactly what you should be doing, and exactly what you should keep doing for the WNBA. And I think they will, right? The fan base is here. I think there will be a lot of fans in attendance today at Notre Dame. I think it will be at the PMAC. Of course, we all know that Iowa sold out. The WNBA. Here's the deal. The WNBA, I may talk about this more tomorrow, but the WNBA needs to make a preseason game in Iowa a regular thing, and maybe even a regular season game in Iowa an annual thing. Strike while the iron is hot. Whatever cities get the most attendance for these homecoming games, go back to that arena time and time again. This is an opportunity for the WNBA not to just honor these legends, but to make money and build more goodwill in areas where you're not playing yet. All right. The WNBA doesn't play in Louisiana. They don't play in Iowa. They don't play in Oregon, right? They don't play in Columbia, South Carolina. They don't play in those places. So if you can go there, make a boatload of money, go back. Because these fans, these local fans in these areas, in these college towns, they want to come back. They want to see their people. Okay. Let's see. Thank you so much, Chris, for the super chat. Salute to you. Thank you for your support. Thank you. And we got a comment from Jason. Thank you so much, Jason, for your super chat. Thank you. Says, hey, Quita, with Georgia Amore's injury, could that open up a spot for undrafted players? Same for international players who don't show. Do you know the rules, how the rules work for stuff like that? Well, great question. First, let's answer the first question about Georgia Amore. Does that open up a spot? Yes, it opens up a spot for an undrafted player. I don't know. I think it opens up a spot for a drafted player to actually make a roster. I would say one of those players that to me was sort of on the bubble about even making the roster was a player like a Lucy Olsen. Now, does this help Lucy Olsen's case to make a roster because Georgia Amore is unfortunately hurt? Yeah, it does. I think it does. Right? I think it does help. I think it does change some things, right? And that's a legit thing. That is a legit thing. It's unfortunate. It sucks. But yeah, this will lead to an opportunity for other players, right? This will lead to another opportunity, right? And then the question about international players. If international players do not show, if they were on a training camp contract or they were just drafted, as long as they don't sign their if they're on a rookie, if they were drafted, they have to sign their rookie contract. If a player is international, they don't plan on coming over to play in the WNBA this season. For the most part, I think they just wouldn't sign the rookie contract, and they would just wait until they're ready to come, and then they'll sign it, I think. But yeah, or if you're overseas and you're like, actually, I'm not coming, then if a team has you locked in on their roster, they'll just suspend you. They'll just suspend you for the season. And then they'll have that spot that they can give it to somebody else. Whoa, thank you so much, Kristen. Thank you so much, Kristen, for the super chat. Really do appreciate your support. Says, so pumped for the start of the W tonight. Not sure if you already covered this, but what does it mean to draft and stash rookies? It means to draft a player that you know has no intention of coming over to the WNBA this season, but you want their rights because you don't want anybody else to get their rights. You look at them and you're like, oh my goodness, even if this person doesn't come over this year, they have so much talent that I need them. I need to have the rights to them. Even if they don't want to come over this year, maybe I can get them to come over the following year or the year after that. but I need their rights. And so we'll draft you, and I know you won't come over, but we just need you. You know what I'm saying? There's also there's also a part 2 of that, I think, which is maybe a lesser extent. But players who draft, teams who draft international players, and they're like, actually, don't come over right now. Actually, you may want to come over right now, but don't come over right now because we don't have a spot for you just yet. But again, we want your rights for the future. Don't come over here right now. Wait a year, and then come over. Right? I think it's like 2 different things. But for the most part, I think it's the we want your rights, and we know you're not gonna come over. So yeah. Anyway. Rotu says you're balling, Quita, you balling today with the show. You must be off today. I am off today. I did take off, but I do. There's actually one thing I do actually need to finish, for work real quick. So I'm gonna hop on for maybe about 15 minutes and then hop off. But yeah, I am off today. Man, this stream has been 1 hour and 24 minutes. Yeah, y'all not gonna see this normally from me, okay? Y'all are not going to see this normally, okay? This is not gonna happen very often. This only happens when I am off, and I took off specifically to go to see the Notre Dame game. Aces versus the Dallas Wings. I think this is going to be very, very fun. I'm excited about it, and so, yeah. Correct. Yeah, VAH. Yeah. Just says draft and stash could also be for people who are injured, like Elizabeth Kitley or Mackenzie Holmes. Yeah. Quita says Quita is playing hooky. It did get approved, but here's the thing: like, it's a lot harder for me to play hooky and be like, oh, I'm sick, or oh, I'm blah blah blah, because like literally I'm doing a live stream, and so like there's no way. Like, one, I'm not gonna lie. But even if I did, like, there's no way to even do that, because like they can literally hop online and be like, "Hey, you were live for an hour this morning. How are you sick?" Anyway. Energy. Thank you so much, Didi and Buddy too, for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Says, can you explain this a bit more? Why don't they come over if they declare for the draft? ? I don't know. It could be that some players, maybe their agent just told them, hey, declare for the draft. Declare. You know, I'm talking specifically about the overseas players. I don't totally know why some players who are not ready to come over to the WNBA, why they make the decision to enter the draft. I don't know. I think the only way for me to know is I actually need to talk to one of those players who was drafted and stashed, right? To know for sure. Cliff says, they go Quita alive. Well, that's hilarious. That's what they would say too. That's probably what they would say. But yeah, that's funny. Thank you so much, LL Cool Nay. I love your name. Says, love this channel. Well, love you guys too. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome, and that is why I call you the awesome people of the internet, guys. That's why I call y'all that, because y'all are awesome. And I love hanging out with y'all every single morning. Guys, we got some big news coming to the channel at the start of the WNBA season, so be on the lookout for that. I'm excited about it. It's huge news that is going to change the future of this channel as we know it. And I'm excited about it. So, yeah. Anyway. I'll see y'all next one. Y'all have a good one. I don't have nothing else to say, and I got something I got to do real quick, and I got to walk these dogs. Y'all have a good day. Be kind to someone. Be respectful to someone. Just like South Carolina has honored Dawn Staley while she is still living, tell somebody what you think about them. Tell people. It's important for you to do that, not just wait until it is too late. Tell people what you think about them and honor them while you can. Thank you so much, W. Why did I say W? That's clearly a Y. YJ, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, thank you, Quita. Well, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for rocking out with me. Yeah. It should be fun. Anyway. Thank you so much, YJ. Thank you. So many people gave super chats. Thank you so much, LL Kune, Didi and Buddy too, Kristen, Jason, KB, Chris, Shay. Thank you so much, Jessica, KB again, and James with several at the beginning. Thank you all so much for rocking with me. Thank you for your support of this channel, and I will see y'all again next time. Till next time, guys. Bye. Oh, also hit that like button. We got 400 likes. Anyway, hit that like button anyway. Out. Bye.